Getting her all set to go, engine purring. Pull up anchor and the wind is picking up. A little bit.
A little bit.
And pull anchor here and do some sailing, some Sunday sailing.
Sailing!
Wind should pick up too as we get going today. So we should have a pretty good sail in here. What direction are you going, Will?
South.
Hopefully sometime soon we'll be sailing south for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
We've been both working, so we've been both busy. I work more than full time, trying to get Vineyard going, and then Rachel's been working part-time. Between that and the kids, we haven't had a whole lot of time, but you can see we finally got the deck back to shape. This is how we would used to have it. And see the water jugs on the one side, the diesel on the other. We have our anchor buoy. We have our other buoys that are just huge for tying up to the dock, which hopefully we don't do for a while. But it's nice to have the deck clear. And as you can see, there's a lot of room on that deck. Yeah, don't press it because the anchor is already up. Just love it. Every time I come out here and go sailing, it just sets everything at ease. It just calms me down, makes me feel in the moment. It's a bit like meditating. Just focus on what you're dealing with at hand and the peacefulness of it.
It's pretty beautiful. Again. Get front. Getting some breeze. Yeah, she's sailing really well. Definitely what the soul needed today. And we were contemplating, not because there wasn't much wind, and just thinking we could do some more boat projects because there's always things to do that you could do to make things just a little bit better on board the boat. But we want to go sailing, and if you don't go sailing, you don't do it. And then before you know it, your life is different. So
the wind calmed down for a minute, and I always like when the wind is a little bit stronger, but it just leads to a calm sail where you can think about stuff, check stuff out, and you make sure everything's looking good. And it's definitely relaxing. You can see we're still going. I could look at the panel, but we're still going probably 3 knots or so. It's so calm that you wouldn't really see that. Yep, it's about 2.5 knots.
Hi, Mom. What are you doing?
We're sailing down to Port Hadlock. We're going to take a look in there. That's one of the places that people, when they're out at anchor, they go to keep out of the south winds. When the south winds pick up, when you're in front of Port Townsend, it can be really rough because you have the buildup of the waves. And we've been out there, when we were out there 2 years ago for a bit. There was 6-foot waves that picked up, which is enough to have you, if you're at anchor and on the lee shore, is enough to, that and 35, 45 knot winds is enough to put a lot of the boats up on the rocks. And every year there's a boat that goes up onto the shore. And so, what you do is keep an eye on the weather. When you look like you're gonna have those weather windows, you just head down here to Port Hadlock, and then you can anchor off there, and then you're in south that or into Mystery. There's Mystery Bay over there, and then one bay right to the next of it that's really shallow to get in there, which we haven't gone in there yet with her, and you have to be very careful going in. Right now would be actually a perfect day because it's on a rising tide right now. But anyway, I digress. But taking a look at Port Hadlock. It's one thing about having a flat deck that a lot of the boats in previously that I've liked had the raised slams basically the whole way, and this is just flat. And down below there's headroom. Like even here's where our bunk is, and then right here's where we stand in the V berth. And even with that, there's headroom completely for me. And still up here we have all this room. So there's all that room up there to work with, and the nice open walkways around the side. It's just safe. Weather picking up, we'd have jack lines that we string out, but we won't have anything like that here. But just a nice open deck with a lot of room to work with. And when we set out, we'll actually bring the dinghy, deflate the inflatable, and then bring the other dinghy up, put it on deck, strap it down. But there's room enough to do that, which is just really, really cool, and still walk around. So we have 400 watts of solar power, and it gives us enough solar power to do work on the computer, to do any of the stuff that we need to do. So we could sail indefinitely with just that 400 watts. I'd eventually like to put probably 200 more watts. But in reality, we only would need it if we stay up here north. We're in the Pacific Northwest, and those 400 watts still produce plenty that we need. And so the only problem that we really have is if it's like 2 or 3 days that in a row that it's cloudy, then we have to do something like start the engine or something like that to generate the power. But other than that, we never have to worry about it. Almost to Port Hadlock. You can see it right there in the distance. There's also a bridge off to the left, which is takes you through and it takes you below Marlston Island. And we do actually have just a couple feet of clearance to get underneath there, which is absolutely nerve-wracking when you do it, to go underneath. Anyway, we're going to check out Port Hadlock, and this is where you go if there's a south wind. This is directly south, and if there's a south wind coming through, you can come down here and anchor and stay out of the storm. And it's really just heading over. It's just like 20 minutes to get down, and then you're in a much more protected place. Sailing wing on wing, heading down. It's a nice, relaxing sail. It's always relaxing, like, not always, I can't say that, but it's much more relaxing with the wind at your back, to the point of, because of the speed, the wind is pushing the boat forward for it basically deducts from the effects of the wind speed on the overall feeling of how it is. So right now we're with us going along with the winds, even though we're going pretty slowly. It's just like it's pretty calm. And then we'll turn around and take out Port Hadlock here, and then we'll turn around and head back, and then the wind will be ahead of us. We'll have to tack back and forth, and then heading into the wind, and so that we'll feel it a lot more than it should be, a little more exciting. Not to say that this is bad. This is a pretty nice leisurely sail. Yeah, the wind changed a little bit again. We're almost to Port Hadlock, and we're now on a port tack, and so we're no longer wing on wing. Just a nice, comfortable sail down here. We're going to take a look at the facilities and the beach, and I'm not sure if we're going to go to shore. Just take a peek, and we might head back just due to the time. See the Port Hadlock Marina right here. On this camera, you know I'll be able to pick it up as well.
Kids are manning the cannons.
Kids manning the cannons because they see another sail up.
You guys watch out for this. It's pretty cool in the shade of the sail. It's a pretty neat spot.
Come take my hand, I will walk with you. I won't let go till you say so. There isn't anything I wouldn't do. Wanna make sure that you understand. You're the one who gives my life color. There's no one other. With your hand in mine, let me go by your side. Let me go by your side. Stay in the sunlight. I wanna wake up with you by my side. Without you there is no tomorrow. We could be in for the best ride. Want this to last for the rest of our lives. Without you there is no tomorrow. Sometimes I wonder where you came from. You are special, yeah, you're special. Everything about you is so beautiful. I am all yours if you let me stay. You're the one who gives my life color. There's no another. With your hand in mine, let me go by your side. Let me go by your side. Without you there is no tomorrow.
Just tacking back and forth. We're heading into, it's a west wind, so heading back to Port Townsend is just right into the wind. And so we're tacking back and forth up the channel here, avoiding crab buoys as we go. There's also a naval station here, a armory or something like that, where they bring in things. I can turn and show you here. So we have to stay clear of that, and just checking and pointing into the wind as far as we can. So the winds aren't aren't too big. Nothing fun sail, and but nothing concerning.
We're on a Port Tack, and it's beautiful. We've gotten the wind is coming from the west, and it's actually not very strong. But this is what the kids do on a starboard tack. They're sitting on the port side of the boat to kind of be on that side. But yeah, just getting balance.
So we're motoring back the last little bit of the distance. You can see Port Townsend right there. Tacking back and forth. It's getting into the evening. William at the helm. Just motoring right along here. Heading straight up to, we're going to anchor again out in front of Port Townsend over there. So hopefully sometime soon we'll be anchoring farther away, and sailing or even more. But it's good just to get out, and it's so refreshing to get out and do just this amount of sailing. Take a few hours on a Sunday and get out. It's nice.
So it's the end of the day, Sunday. We got a beautiful sail in, and I can't believe that we were contemplating not going because it didn't feel like there was any wind. There wasn't any wind, and so I thought we might do some boat projects, and ultimately ended up going sailing, and that is it was amazing. So just wrapping it up, our evening, we're here anchored again. In Port Townsend, Mark's taking Grace and Will to shore. They're gonna do a little beach time for a moment this evening, and gonna make some dinner and nice, beautiful end to a beautiful day.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video as much as we liked creating it, like the video, subscribe, and check out the Patreon account in the comments below. If enough people like watching our crazy crew, we'll make more of these videos and share more of our adventures.